Hello, in this video lecture we are going to understand lysogenic cycle of phage with respect to different steps. Let's see introduction. Now see, two characteristics features of the lysogenic bacteria are immunity and induction. Now see, we already saw that immunity operon. Now immunity operon is a part of genetic map of lambda phage where the immunity operon decides the phage is going to do lytic cycle or lysogenic cycle. That's what it is very important factor. And the induction which is important factor during the DNA replication. The prophage which is incorporated into the bacterial genome may be inherited just like any bacterial gene. Any may be carried indefinitely in the inert condition. The presence of prophage confers community or immunity in the bacterial cell against superinfection. Lysogenic cells are not infected by other lambda phage particles and therefore do not undergo lytic bacterial infection. The prophage can, however, be induced under certain conditions to enter the lytic cycle. Induction may occur spontaneously or may be stimulated by UV irradiation or mitomycin C. Now see, as far as the genetic map of lambda phage is concerned, which is very important factor, is a very important point for the lysogenic cycle. And we know that genetic map is divided into different parts, that is left, right and immunity operon. While this immunity operon decides the lambda phage is going to do lytic cycle or lysogenic cycle. And the another part one is the induction. Now induction is inserted by the spontaneously or may be stimulated by UV radiation or the mitomycin C, and these two factors are very important for the lysogenic cycle of bacterial cells. Now see, lysogenic state is brought about in two stages, that is first one, establishment and the maintenance. Now what is establishment? So establishment of lysogeny requires the integration, that is insertion of phage genome into the bacterial chromosome and the beginning of referencer synthesis to prevent the expression of phase 1. So see, the lysogenic stage is very important one and it is divided into two parts, that is establishment and the maintenance. Means what? Establishments what? The phage have to attach to the host and they have to establish themselves on the host cell and they have to inject their DNA inside the host. This is known as insertion. Now see, the establishment requires the participation of three control genes, that is C1, C2, C3. Now these three genes are important for the participation of the establishment, and the maintenance of lysogeny only requires the repressor synthesis continues. This is brought about the encryption translation of a single gene, that is a CI. Now see, the establishment, as I told you, the establishment is maintained by the genes such as C1, C2 and C3, and the maintenance of lysogeny is required by the repressor synthesis continues, and this is brought about by the transcription and translation of a single gene, that is the C1. So this is all about the introduction part about the lysogenic cycle. The first step is the repression. Now see, what is repression? Now prophage genome has only one function, that is synthesis of a repressor protein, that is molecular weight of dimer is around 30,000. So what is the prophage genome function? That prophage genome has only one function, that synthesis of a repressor protein, and this protein is synthesized by the CI gene. That we have to keep in mind that repressor protein is synthesized by the CI gene. Enough repressor is synthesized to prevent the infection of superinfecting phage for lytic development or for integration. The repressor protein binds to two operators which controls transcription of adjunct genes. The repressor thus prevents the transcription of all lambda prophage genes exception its own. Now see, the repressor protein is very important as far as prophage genome is concerned, and the repressor protein is involved in the repression purpose. And this, what is the function of this protein? This repressor protein thus prevents the transcription of all lambda prophage genes. What it do? So it prevents the transcription of the lambda prophage genes, except its own. Thus, no mRNAs are produced for vegetative and recombinant regions. A specific promoter site, that is pre is nothing but the promoter site. It is activated by the combined products of C1 and C2 genes. Now see, the pre is the promoter site where it is activated by the combined products of C1 and C2 genes. This permits the transcription of the C1 gene and synthesis of the repressor. Now what you do? These combined products of C1 and C2 and C3 permits the transcription of C1 gene and the synthesis of repressor. The repressor blocks the left-right promoters. What they do? The repressor blocks the left and right promoters. Blocking the left promoter gene in turn the prevents and the transcription of the gene N, whose product has activator functioning. Blocking the right promoter gene prevents the transcription of the OPQ genes. These are the early transcription genes and without whose products late genes cannot be transcripted. So this is known as repression. Now next important factor, that is the integration. Now integration means what? Here the genes are integrated with the host genome at specific site. Now we are going to understand what are these specific sites in the host genome. Now see, this figure indicates that there's A, B, C. Now here we can easily see the gal site and bio site, and this is the lambda fast DNA. Gal site, bio site, and in between the gal bio site is the at lambda is there. Now let's see what it is. Now see, in the lysogenic cycle, the viral chromosome becomes integrated into the host chromosome. Now see, this is the host chromosome and this is the lambda fast chromosome. Integrate the host chromosome and it is called as a prophase. Now this is called as a prophase. Prophase means what? In the lysogenic cycle, viral chromosome becomes integrated into the host chromosome. This is called as a prophase. When the viral DNA becomes a part of the host DNA, it behaves like a gene on the genetic map of the host. It replicates along the host chromosome and it is inherited in the same way as bacterial genes. In the prophase condition, the virus exists in harmony with the host and it is non-infectious in nature. Since the lambda prophase normally exists in this condition, it is called as a temperate phase. That we know. What is meaning of temperate phase? Okay. Bacteria containing prophages are called lysogenic bacteria. Viruses whose chromosomes became prophase are called lysogenic viruses. The prophage can be caused to enter the lytic cycle by inducing agents such as ultraviolet rays, X-rays and mitosine. This process is called as a induction and results in the releases of prophase called as a bacterial chromosome induction. Now in this figure we can easily observe that the integration, that is the excision of the lambda fast genomes from the E. coli chromosome. Okay, now here in this first figure, the lambda, this is the first one. And here what is going to happen? The lambda fast genome integrated into the E. coli chromosome between gal and bio genes. Now this is the gal genes and here is the bio gene and this is the host DNA. And in between these two sides, the lambda fast DNA is inserted or it is injected. And now here the excision starts at the gal and bio sites. The excision of the lambda fast genome from the E. coli chromosome, the attachment site for lambda is located between the gal and bio genes of the E. coli chromosome. Now see, the attachment of lambda fast is located in between the gal and bio genes, and from these what happens? From this, the lambda gene is separated by the process known as excision, and this is known as the integration. Now see, what is replication? Now prophase replication takes place under the control of the host by the normal bacterial DNA replication mechanism. The replication of prophase along with the bacterial DNA indirectly contributes to the viral growth. Each bacterial cell carrying a prophase is a potential producer of phase particles. Now this is known as replication. Now how excision occurs? Now let's see. Now excision, the prophase can enter the vegetative cycle only it is released from the bacterial chromosome. This is brought about by products of the INT and GIS gene. Now these are the two important genes, INT and GIS genes, which helps in the excision. The combination between BP and PB dash under the influence of INT and GIS gene products reaches the inexcision of the prophase. Now see this calculation, that BP dash P plus B dash GP int GP GIS is equals to BB dash PP dash. Excision is thus the reversal of integration. Excision is what? Excision is thus the reversal of integration. The circular phase chromosome is liberated into the cytoplasm of the bacterial cell. The vegetative functions of the phase can now be established and the phase can now enter the lytic cycle. So this is the one of the important part where the excision of prophage occurs from the host DNA, and thus the lytic cycle will happen in this way. Now next point, that is the transduction. Now here we have to understand what is transduction. Now transduction, it is a result of a mistake made by during excision. The bacterial bio or gall gene is included in the progeny phage genome. The frequency of such occurrences is about once in a million. Since the phage capsid can accommodate only a limited amount of DNA, a part of the phage DNA is left out. This produces a chromosome which is deficient in some phage genes. This phage gene can hence inactive. Such a phage may inject its DNA into bacterial cell and the DNA may be inserted into the bacterial genome. The host now has an additional gene from the first bacterial cell. This process is known as specialized transduction. The details of transduction is given in figure. Now see, excision is almost precise. The phage DNA breaks away from the bacterial DNA exactly at the point of entry. So in rare abnormal exchange, that breaks occurs in such a way that circular phage DNA molecules has a part of bacterial DNA and vice versa. Transducing virus containing phage DNA along with the part of the gall gene have been found. When lambda DNA is mixed with lambda gall DNA, that is hybridization, the two DNAs undergo complementary pairing except in the gall region. In such heteroduplex, the DNA remains as separate single strands in the gall region, forming a loop called the substitution bubble. Now in this figure, the production of transducing variants of lambda phase by errors by deattachment, that is excision of DNA. On the left, normal excision, and on the right, abnormal excision. So this is normal excision and this is the abnormal excision, where in normal excision only phage DNA is excited. Now see here, only phage DNA excited. Now this is the host DNA and this is the phage DNA. Now only phage DNA is excited from the host DNA. That is what this is called as a normal excision. Now here, so now in this abnormal excision, the phage DNA is excited from the host DNA, but the part of host DNA, that is gall site, is with the lambda phage DNA. That's what it is known as abnormal this one. Now what is the option between lysogen and lytic cytic development? Let's see. The early stages, both the lytic and lysogen cycle require the products of delayed early genes. It is only subsequently that the two pathways diverge, leading to either lysogenic or lytic cycle development. This is brought about by any interplay of regulated proteins. The lambda repressor, a product of the C1 gene, blocks the action of the left promoter and right promoter. As we studied that gene genetic map of lambda phage, where we saw the left operon, right operon and immunotoperon. So immunotoperon decides the phage is going to do lytic cycle or lysogenic cycle. So blocking the left promoter prevents the transcription of gene N. Blocking the right promoter prevents the transcription of OPQ genes, without whose products late genes cannot be transcribed. The lambda repressor therefore blocks all functions required for the lytic cycle. Now see what happens. The immunotoperon blocks the left operon and right operon, and due to this blocking, there is no lytic cycle, or there is no any synthesis of any genes. So this will become very crucial step for the lambda phage. Genes CRO of the immunity regions codes a protein which block the production of the repressor protein. Thus, whether development will follow the lytic cycle or lysogenic cycle depends on whether the CRO gene product is synthesized to a greater extent than the repressor protein. So see, the lambda phage is going to do lytic cycle or lysogenic cycle. It totally depends on the production of CRO gene and the expression of CRO gene. That is what. So this is all about the lytic cycle. Thanks a lot.